What is your never interrupt an enemy while they are making a mistake moment? When my husband lost his job right after our wedding, we moved in with his mother, thinking it would just be for a few weeks. But by the end of the first night, I realized I was walking into something I couldn't escape so easily. His mother hated me from the start, but it was the kind of hate that smiled to your face. She mixed nuts into my food even though she knew I was allergic and watched while I broke out in hives, then pretended to be concerned when she called the ambulance. Another time, she broke her own china set and blamed me for it in front of the family, screaming that I was trying to destroy her legacy. But the worst was when she put her blood pressure tabs in my tea, locked the bathroom door from the outside, and left me passed out and vomiting all night on the floor, only to tell everyone at breakfast that I had a drinking problem and made the house smell. I tried to tell my husband what was happening, but he would only sigh and say I was too sensitive and that his mom just had high standards. His other relatives joined in on the hostility. My sister-in-law called me a manipulative liar in the family group chat, saying I was trying to tear their family apart. Even my own parents told me to keep my head down and try harder to be likable, explaining how that's just how in-laws are and I have to learn how to be more accommodating. I felt invisible, unwanted, and more alone than ever, constantly questioning if maybe I was the problem, but down I knew the truth. Every time I looked at the front door, I imagined something kept me frozen. Then one night during a thunderstorm, I came home from running errands completely soaked and shivering, only to find the garage door locked and his mother's face grinning behind the glass. She texted my husband that I had run away with another man and not to bother looking for me. After a few minutes of standing in front of the door, I curled up in the garage, trying to warm myself with a tarp and trying not to cry. But for once, my husband did not buy her story. Through the door, I heard his muffled voice ask his mom if she was telling the truth, and she burst into tears, swearing loudly she would never lie to her own son. Hours later, after she fell asleep, he snuck out, found me in the garage, and carried me inside, apologizing over and over while he worked on getting my fever down. That was when we decided we needed proof. For the next week, he set up hidden cameras all over the house, waiting for his mother to slip up. Then we invited one of our oldest, very flamboyantly gay friend over for tea. The moment my mother-in-law saw me and him laughing together in her living room, she went wild, calling my husband at work and screaming that I was cheating. I just laughed and stood up, asking if she really wanted to start this fight. She started threatening to tell everyone about my affair, but I stared her down and started listing every single thing she had done to me since I moved in, my friend secretly recording every word. Her voice broke as she confessed, saying she would do anything for her son, that she never wanted us to last, but now she had real proof. That was when my husband walked in with the recordings and my friend's video, arms crossed and eyes colder than I'd ever seen. My mother-in-law looked at us all, then pretended to faint on the floor, sobbing and clawing at the tile. My husband just shook his head and stepped over her. He told me to finally gather my things and prepare to leave. His mom suddenly miraculously recovered from fainting and got up, telling my husband that he can't leave her all alone again. My husband informed her that even if it's a huge financial setback, it was better than staying in a toxic household that only caused problems. She nagged the entire time we packed, sneaking in a few forced apologies in an effort to keep us there. We left that night while she cursed us, yelling that she would turn the whole family against me. She kept her promise and her rumors left scars at every holiday and family gathering, but I never regretted leaving. Now, in our little apartment with a secondhand couch and locks only I have keys for, sometimes I wake up expecting to hear her on the other side of the door, but now I get to decide who walks through it.